Hi there, and welcome to sunny Benissa, Spain. Today's class is going to be kind of a full body, little bit more spicy option for you if you wanted to maybe challenge yourself, but remember to listen to your body. Choose whether or not you're up for challenging yourself with some of these poses. You don't have to do all of them. You can choose to if you want the challenge, but also remember, if you're working on some of these poses, have a play, have a go, but also make sure you've got plenty of room around you, and if you were to fall out of them, be comfortable that you'd be able to do so without hurting yourself. So approach this practice with some playfulness and enjoy. We'll start by coming to a comfortable seat. Enjoy letting yourself settle down, your seating bones, sitting into whatever is beneath you. Close down your eyes and let's take 3 deep clarifying breaths. Inhaling through the nose, sighing it out through the mouth, letting go of all tension on that exhale. Inhale, exhale, really let those shoulders drop. One more, in, side out. Let yourself settle here. Feel the peace, the tranquility of this moment, knowing you've already done the hardest thing, which is showing up, arriving on your mat. Notice if there's anything going on in your body that you need to be aware of or mindful of, any areas of maybe a little tension, an old injury that's playing up, maybe you slept a little funny. Just take notice, take stock, and pay attention to this throughout the practice. Remember to make adjustments as required, adding blocks, bolsters, cushions, pillows, whatever you have knit to hand that might be helpful to your practice. Let yourself take 4 slow, deep inhalations, counting for 4 beats on the inhale and 4 on the exhale. Really expanding through the belly, the ribs, and into the chest on both the inhale, and then exhaling, feeling that contraction of these areas of the torso. Slowly filling the lungs up. Exhaling to force that air out of the body. 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more, in. Exhaling it all out. And let your breath return to its natural pattern. Sit up nice and tall. If I were to pat you on the head, would you sit up any taller? Tuck the chin slightly, lengthen through the back of the neck. Dropping the shoulder blades, maybe drawing them slightly together. Belly button draws in. And sitting down nice and evenly on the sitting bones. Take a moment here in your seated, easy seat. Then we'll flutter the eyes open. And we're going to come straight to our hands and knees. Find your cat-cows. So, as you come over, settling yourself down, hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And inhale, we drop the belly. Looking forwards, gazing forwards. Exhale, round through the spine. Find your cat pose. Drawing that belly button up and in. Inhale, belly drops. Look forwards, shoulder blades might move together. Exhale, round through the spine. Draw that belly button up and in again. Tuck the tailbone, spread those shoulder blades. Nice, keep it moving slow and steady in time with your breath. Doesn't matter how fast I'm going or how fast you think you should be going. Your breath dictates the speed. Inhale takes you fully into your cow pose. Exhale takes you fully into your cat pose. 2 more just like that. Last one. And then from here, come to a neutral spinal alignment. We're going to take the right foot and place it out in line with the hip, trying to turn down the foot to find the ankle stretch. Take 2 more cat-cows here. Inhale. Find that tilt of the tailbone. Exhale. Notice how having that one leg out long changes the sensation in the hips, maybe in the torso. Maybe you're feeling something in the leg that you're not used to feeling. Settle back into neutral when you've done those two. Take the knee back in, swap sides. Left leg out, in line with the hip. Turn that side of the foot down, try and find that ankle stretch. Inhale, belly drops. Find the tilt of the pelvis. Exhale. One more in. And out. Beautiful. Bring the knee back into alignment when you're in neutral spine. And take a moment to settle into your child's pose. Separate the knees, big toes to come together. And lengthen yourself back. Forehead can come down to the mat. You might take a little wiggle here side to side. Just notice how the spine's feeling, in particular that lower back area. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back onto hands and knees, tuck the toes and come to our first downward dog of the practice. Pedal out through the feet, walking out your dog. Draw that belly button in, push through the hands and send the tailbone as high as it can go. Walking those feet. Doesn't matter if the knees are slightly bent here. We're just working on letting the heels over time gradually drop towards the floor. They might never touch, they might touch already. Lengthen out the hamstrings and settle into some stillness, making sure to push the shoulders towards the knees. Try and find a straight back. It's quite hard to do and have the body awareness to do so. So just settle into what feels good for you. We're here for 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. One more. In. And out. Inhale, look between the hands, hop, step or jump to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, fingertips to shins, flatten the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we stand all the way up, sweep those arms out and up. And then we go straight back, sun salutation A, all the way down to the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards, flat back. Hands plant down, hop, step or jump back to your plank. Lower knees, chest, chin on the first. Keep those elbows tucked in. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Cobra. And then tuck the toes, send the hips high. Walk the feet in if necessary. Downward facing dog. Hold for a breath. In. And out. Inhale, look between the hands, hop, step or jump back to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep those hands up overhead again. And set the hands back down at the side. Take a moment, breathe in. And out. And then from here, we step back with the right leg and find your high lunge. Back heel is lifted, but we're looking towards a straight leg if possible. The left knee is stacked directly on top of that left ankle. Find some stability. Hips are still facing the front of your mat. Take a moment here, drop the shoulders, and then we send the arms up to the sky. Interlacing the fingers, taking Shiva Mudra, pointer fingers still pointing up. Open the shoulders, and if possible, draw the upper arms past the ears. Try and find that armpit stretch. And then maybe we start to look up. Take a moment, breathe in and out. Inhale, come out of that back bend. And from here, hands come down in front of us. You can release the mudra. And then we're twisting towards the leg. So the left hand opens towards the back of the mat. We're twisting towards that left leg. Find your twisted lunge. Find some stability. Look towards that left hand. Breathe in. And out. One more here. In. And out. Bring it back together. Really nice. Turn that right heel down and open the hands up. We're in warrior 2. Feel free to play with the positioning of the legs if you need to. Work on your alignment. Drop the shoulders, settle to warrior 2. Breathe in and out. One more. And out. Flip the front palm, lean forwards, and then reverse your warrior. Right hand goes down the right leg. Find that opening through the side body, that length through the side. Keep that left knee stacking on top of that ankle though. Hold for a breath. And then on the exhale, come back through your warrior two. Take a moment. And then from here, we windmill the hands back up and over to frame the front foot, turning on those back toes. Step back, take a vinyasa of your choice. You've already done your knees, chest, chin, so you're welcome to come to chaturanga if you're ready. Keep those elbows tucked in. Inhale, up dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look between the hands, hop, step or jump to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands out and up over side. And then drop those hands back down by your sides. Let's go to the other side. Left foot steps back, high lunge. Really nice. Check the positioning of those legs. Make sure the hips are facing forwards. Take a moment. You can take the Shiva Mudra again, pointer fingers touch, but cross the hands in the way that feels a bit funky. Inhale, draw those arms back. Maybe find your back bend. Breathe in. And out. Imagine a string's tied to your chest and you're pulling your chest up so we're not dumping too much into the lower spine. Keep that right knee bent. And then inhale, come out of that back bend. Hands come forwards. Open right hand to the back of the mat. Gaze follows the right hand. Keep that right knee bent. Breathe in and out. One more here. Bring it back. Really nice. From here, we turn that left heel down. Find your warrior two. Gaze over your right middle finger and make sure we're stacking that knee again. Breathe in and out. Drop the shoulders. Lengthen the spine. Really nice. Flip the front palm. Lean forwards and then reverse your warrior. Left hand down the left leg. Keep those legs where they were. Bend into that right knee again. Looking up. Finding that opening through the side body. We're here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up. Nice, take a moment, and then we frame the front foot. Turn back, vinyasa, lower down. Exhale, inhale, find your heart opener, and we return back to downward facing dog. Now you know that little flow. We're going to go to it from our downward facing dog. We'll add a little transition through three-leg dog. So take a moment, breathe in. And out. Inhale, send the right foot up to the sky and then bring it forwards and place it quietly between the hands. We stand to our high lunge. Take your Shiva Mudra, crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come out of crescent lunge. Take your twist, open towards the right. I'm going right foot leg first, sorry ladies. Take a moment, breathe in and out. One more. And out. Then twist it. Back through center. Open, warrior two. Take a moment. We flip the front palm. We reverse the warrior. Inhale, back out. And then frame the front foot. Step back. Now we go to the left side with a vinyasa in between. Flip over the feet. Come back. Through downward dog. Take a breath, inhale. And exhale, left foot high, inhale. Exhale, step it forwards. Stand up, crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers in the way that feels weird. Find your Shiva Mudra and hold. Inhale, come out of your crescent lunge. Hands come down in front and we take the twist, this time to the left side. Left hand opens, twisting towards that leg. Hold for a moment. And then close that gate back up. Really nice. Open yourself to warrior two, bending into that left knee. Take a moment, find your alignment, then twist, reverse your warrior. Find that opening through the side body, keep that left knee bent. Inhale, hands back up. Frame the front foot. Step back, lower down. Inhale, find the heart opener. And back to downward dog. Settle here, breathe in and out. One more, in and out. Really nice. Knees come down, take a child's pose just for a moment. Catch your breath if you've sped up some. And when you're ready, we're going to meet back at the top of the mat. You're welcome to come with me via downward dog. And looking between the hands, hop, step or jump to the front of the mat, or you can make your own way to stand. Halfway lift, forward fold, and then stand. Inhale, hands up. Drop them back down through prayer. Nice. From here, we're going to take our chair pose. So find the positioning that works for you. I prefer to practice with my big toes touching, heels slightly apart, and my knees together because it feels stronger. We're going to sink down into that invisible chair behind you. So hips go back and down. We're still seeing our toes. If possible, the weight goes into our heels and you might even be able to lift the toes up. Hands can stay in prayer. Take a moment in chair. Breathe in. Draw that belly button in. Remove the tilt from the lower back and out. One more here. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Inhale. Hands go up above the head and then we cactus the arms. Hold in your chair. Inhale. Find length through the arms again. Exhale. Cactus the arms. Draw those shoulder blades back towards each other. Inhale. Last one forwards. Exhale. Back. Nice. Hold the cactus arms. We're going to challenge the balance. Plant down your weight into your right foot. We're going to lift the left toes towards the bottom. Flamingo the leg. Hold it here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring hands to heart center. Keep that left foot lifted, sorry. Can you start to lengthen the right leg as the left leg floats to warrior 3? Gaze is down on a non-moving focal point. You can always use blocks underneath the hands. Keep that left hip dropped. Toes on the back foot are pointing down to the floor. Breathe in and out. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Can you very gently and quietly let that left heel and left foot come back? We're going to go straight into arrow lunge. Send one long line of energy from that back heel shooting through the fingertips. Breathe in and out. One more. In. You can look between the hands if that feels good for you. And out. Nice. Hands back to heart center. Prayer. We're twisting towards the right. Try and hook the elbow if you can. Bring the hands into heart center with your prayer and look over the right shoulder. Hold here. Breathe in. And out. One more. And out. Nice. Undo that twist. Come back through center. Find a moment and then release the hands. Hands down to the mat. Step back. Vinyasa of choice. Take the option that serves you. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. We meet in downward dog. Beautiful. Take a moment. Breathe in and out. Inhale, look between the hands, hop, step or jump back to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Beautiful. We come back to chair pose. So hands to heart center, sink yourself down into that invisible chair. Remember the cues. Belly button draws in, remove the spinal arch, lift the toes, send the weight into the heels. Can you sit lower this time? Take a moment. Breathe in and out. Inhale, hands up overhead. We find those cactus pulses again. Cactus the arms for 1. Inhale, find that length. Exhale, cactus. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the cactus. Work on that balance. Left foot takes all the weight. Right toes towards the bottom. Keep the bend in that left leg. Flamingo. Hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. Hands come to heart center. Can you, without that right foot coming down, start to lengthen left leg? Flex the right toes. Come to that capital T shape, that warrior 3. Drop the right hip, point those toes down. Look at a non-moving focal point in front of you. Breathe in and out. Last breath here. And we go to arrow lunge. Gently bend left knee, right toes come down. Send the left arms up overhead. Find that energy coming through from heel, through the back of the body, that long line through the body. Hold in your arrow lunge. Breathe in and out. One more, in and out. Hands to heart center. We twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside edge of that left knee. Look over, left shoulder. Bring that prayer into the center line of the chest if you can. Hold here. Find strength through the legs. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Twist back. Take a moment, unravel, and then hands come down. Vinyasa. Lower down. Inhale, find your heart opener. Exhale, back, up. Beautifully done, everyone. Take a moment, breathe in and out. This time, right foot goes to the sky, 3-leg dog. Step the foot forwards between the hands. Turn the left heel in slightly. Straighten both legs, and we're going to open the arms all the way up without falling over, if you're me, to set up for our triangle. So straight legs, we dip the right hip in. Apologies, my back is to you. Send the arms out long, hinge forwards, turn the hands towards the left side of the mat, and we come down to our Trikonasana, triangle. Gaze up to the left hand, find that long line of energy, 12 and 6 o'clock face with our arms, and try to tuck the right hip underneath the left hip. Breathe in and out. 2 more here. And out. Last breath in and out. Inhale, draw the weight into that right knee. Start to bend the right knee. Come up slightly, right elbow to right knee. Keep that left arm up above. This is side angle. We're going slightly further forward, so you might feel it less in the hip. If that feels okay for you, you have the option, right hand can come to the inside edge of the right foot. You might feel it's good to shuffle left foot back slightly. Hand up or hand up and overhead. Find that long line of energy again. Breathe in and out. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. You can either stay here or you're coming with me to work on Bird of Paradise. Look towards the right foot. We're dropping the right shoulder down in front of that knee. Send the arm back. Reach behind you with the left hand and try and grab hold of wrist. Look down at your right foot again, and with some power, bounce your left foot to meet the right at the top of the mat. From here, all the weight goes into the left foot. Find some balance and stand. From here, this might be plenty. You might stay or you might start to lengthen. Right leg to the sky. Hold for 2 breaths. And then when you're ready, we bend the knee. Right foot comes down and we step ourselves back to the setup lunge. From here, release the arms. Stay down. Right hand is going to come forwards and to the right of the right foot. Blocks are handy here. Half moon practice. With some balance, we're going to start to bounce ourselves forwards into the right leg so that we can float, lengthen the right leg, and we start to stack left hip on top of the right hip. Toes turn to the left side of the mat, open through the chest, and try and stack left hand on top of right. When you're here, you can start to look up towards the left hand. Maybe from here, you can start to play with your balance and lift the right hand. Hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, step that left leg back as elegantly as you can. We're going to find our way to our wide leg forward fold. I'm going to apologize in advance for how bad I'm going to look upside down. Lengthen the right leg. Turn yourself to the left side of the mat. Both feet are parallel with the short edge of the mat now. And take a moment to settle into a wide leg forward fold. I'm actually going to turn around because I don't want you looking at my butt too much. So stay where you are in your wide leg forward fold. Start from here to send the weight slightly into the toes and start to bend the elbows. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Maybe we can bring elbows all the way down. Maybe we can start to tuck the head. Find a moment to settle. If you are familiar With your tripod headstand, you're more than welcome to take it. If you are, move the hands back in line with the feet, shoulder distance apart. Place the head forwards to make that third point of the triangle. And then start to lift. I'm not going to do it fully because I'm on a stone floor. You start to lift from there. Find your triangle, your tripod headstand, and then remember to come back down safely. Hold for 2 breaths if you're going up at least. If you're staying with me down in your wide leg forward fold, keep working on getting the chest further forwards. You might find it's good to walk the hands back between the legs and try and tuck the head down to maybe touch the floor. If you've got very long body and short legs, you can always make your stance slightly narrower so that your head doesn't touch and you work on the flexibility a little more. Settle here, breathe in and out. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift yourself slightly. We're walking all of our body over to our right leg. Take a moment to settle into the right leg, folding towards that long leg. Find that stretch. Breathe in and out. One more. Inhale, come back through center. Take a moment just to find some lengthening through the body, maybe lengthen the back, and then we come over to the left leg. Folding down towards that leg, finding that stretch. Really lovely. Then all we're going to do from here is turn the feet back to the top of the mat, frame the foot and step back to your vinyasa. Lower down on the exhale. Inhale, find the heart opener. We meet in our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. One more. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to start working on the other side. So this time, left foot goes to the sky, 3-leg dog. Point those toes, open the hips. Then tuck the knee in towards the chest, plant it silently down between the hands and set up for triangle. We're going to turn the right toes down slightly, maybe bring them in slightly. Windmill the arms open, straighten both legs, tuck the left hip in and lean forwards. Turn the palms to the right side of the mat and down we go. Just because you're flexy and you can touch the floor doesn't mean you need to be there. Work on the alignment of the hips. We're really trying to tuck the left hip underneath the right hip, that twist through the core, stacking the joints. Imagine you're being squished between 2 panes of glass that are coming from the long edge of the mat towards your body and you're getting sandwiched between them. You want to be on one pane. Really nice. Breathe in and out. Find length through the torso. In and out. Really nice. Take a moment here, breathe in. And then on the exhale, the left knee bends. We come to side angle. Keep the right hand where it is. Option to stay here, or like on the other side, you maybe shuffle that the right foot back. Find left hand coming down and find your side angle. Really lovely opening here. That long line of energy from right heel to little finger. Find that strong, stable legs. And then if you're coming with me, you either stay here or you work with your bird of paradise. You can always do the first couple of steps and not make your way to full bird of paradise. That's completely acceptable. Drop that left shoulder down, turn the arm back and reach for the wrist with the right hand. From here, look down at the left foot and with some strength, bounce the right foot to meet the left foot at the front of the mat. Find the power through that right leg. Start to lift. If you're me, try not to talk when you're doing it. Find your balance. If you're anything like me, one side likes you, one side hates you. Hold here, and if you're ready, you can start to lengthen left foot towards the sky. Breathe in, stand up, breathe out. One more breath wherever you are, and then we sink left foot to meet right foot, step the right foot back to that lunge. Take a moment here, breathe in, and release the arms if you took the bind. Half moon practice. Left hand is in front and slightly outside of that left foot. Take a moment, bounce yourself forwards, and find that float. Lengthen the right leg, stacking hip on top of ankle, and we stack right hip on top of left. Toes point towards the side of the mat. Right hand up. If you've got the gaze, you can start to work on maybe floating the hand. Hold here for 3, for 2, and 1. Settle it back down to the right foot to the back of the mat. We're going straight into our wide leg forward fold again. Turn yourself round to the right side of the mat. Feet are parallel in line with the short edge of the mat. You can take hold of ankles or maybe knees. Start to work with yourself, pulling your torso towards your legs. You've also got the peace fingers around the big toes if you'd prefer that bind. Again, if you're taking your tripod headstand, feel free to take that now. Wherever you are, settle here into whichever version of your wide leg forward fold pose that feels good for you. Really try and bring the weight into the toes of the feet though, and try and stack the hips. Breathe in and out. Find more of a fold in your exhale. One more breath here. If you're in your headstand, make your way back to your wide leg forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then we're doing that leg stretch again. So we're going towards one leg, drawing the torso over towards the leg. Maybe even turning the torso so the center line of the torso goes towards the shin. Breathe in and out. One more. And out. Nice. Inhale, come back through center to the opposite leg. Doesn't matter which, we do both. Find length on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in and out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back through center. And all we're going to do again is turn to frame the front foot at the top of the mat. Slowly turning yourself. Find a moment, step yourself back. A vinyasa to reset. Inhale, find the heart opener. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Child's pose is lovely to reset. We take 3 deep breaths wherever you are, either child's pose or downward dog. And just take a moment to reset yourself. When you've caught your breath, we're going to send the weight back forwards, planting the hands down, lifting the bottom, tucking the toes, and coming through our downward facing dog. We're going to go back to our downward, our 3-leg dog. So we lift the right foot to the sky, point those toes, kick the bottom with the right foot and open the right hip all the way up. Just take a moment here. It might feel good to take some circles in one direction, the other direction. Really nice. And then send that right foot back up to the sky. Take a moment, breathe in and out. Really nice. Then we're going to inhale, bring the weight forwards into the hands, and without touching the feet together, try and come to your side plank star. Option to bring the foot down or even stack it in front. Take a moment in side plank, lift the hips, find some lightness here. It's very hard to talk and do this. Breathe in and out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to plank. We're going to take the side plank to the right leg instead now. Find that alternate. Notice, can you star that leg once more? And then can you bend the left leg and place it behind the knee of the right foot? Of the right leg, sorry. Twist open the chest. Keep the shoulder pushing up and out and find your wild thing here. Breathe in and out. If you'd like to come to your wheel, now's the time to do so. Open the chest further, float the hand down and find your wild thing into wheel. Settle here, breathe in and out. One more. And out. If you're like me, you're going to be turning your right hand back the way it came. Sending your weight up and over, left hand comes and left foot floats. We're in our three-leg dog with the left leg lifted. Stay here if you can. You're welcome to come to your traditional downward dog. Take a moment, bend the foot towards the bottom, open the knee. Notice how this side feels. Find those circles in one direction. The other direction. Really nice. That hard transition's coming once more. We go into side plank on the right side. Lengthen that left leg out. Try and keep it floating to our star plank. It's really hard. Find that balance. Shaking I'd encourage it. Breathe in and out. One more. In and out. Plank. Transition to the left side plank. Take a moment and then to lift the right leg up. Place the foot behind the knee of the left leg. Lift the hips, push through the shoulder, chest opens, send the hand up and back for wild thing. Option to come to your wheel. Find the placement, try and avoid your hair if you're me, and open through your wheel. Couple of breaths here, breathe in and out. One more, in and out. Left hand turns back if you're following me. Right hand to the sky. Lift and twist the chest. The feet will follow. Hand comes. We bounce the right leg up and over. Three-leg dog. Option, traditional chaturanga, or you can come through your three-leg or three-point chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Take your vinyasa. Down. Inhale, find your heart opener. Exhale back to downward facing dog. That was spicy. Take a moment to feel proud. That was hard. Inhale and exhale. Option for a child's pose. If you want a short one, we're here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more in and out. Inhale, look between the hands. We're going to bunny hop the feet up towards the bottom. Little handstand prep if you want to take it. We're just going to kick up and back. Try and land lightly. Maybe find a moment of float. It doesn't have to be much. Just try and make the bunny hops last a little longer. What we're going to end up is we're going to try on the final bunny hop is land in Malasana. A bit more of a frog hop, really. Malasana is your yogic squat. You'll be probably near the front of your mat, hopefully. Take a moment to maybe separate the feet slightly. Toes can be off the mat, heels slightly turned in, can feel good for some people. And sink yourself down. If possible, elbows come inside the knees and we sink ourselves down. Send the weight into the heels and try and ground the feet if you can, but being on tiptoes is completely fine here. I was for many years. Take a moment. Find your breath once more. Left hand comes down, right hand opens, find your twist. Option to turn the left thumb down, wrap the arm behind the knee and around the knee, and take hold of fingers or wrist, open through your bind. Breathe in and out. One more in and out. Release, come back through center. Take a moment with prayer pose again. Then we go to the other side. Right hand down, left hand opens. Up. Maybe we turn that thumb down on the right side. We bend the arm around the knee and take hold. Open that left shoulder, look up over left shoulder. Keep the weight down still. Breathe in and out. One more in and out. Really nice release. Option for your crow pose practice, if you would like it. It's the final fiery thing of the practice, I promise. If you are coming with me and practicing your crow pose, hands are shoulder width apart. You're going to lift your bottom and come onto your tiptoes. Walk your feet in line with your hands. We're going to work on traditional crow pose, which is kneecaps to the back of your triceps. So bend the elbows, stack the kneecaps onto the triceps, and bringing the weight further forwards. Look forwards. Try and bring the weight into the hands, into the fingertips. Push down through all 4 corners of those hands. Maybe you lift one foot, maybe the other, and we start to lift toes towards the bottom. Breathe in and out. If you're working on this A block on the tallest setting underneath the forehead in front of you is a nice option so that your forehead has something to rest on. Cushions can also work, but there's a chance you'll fall into them and there's a chance you will hurt your nose, which is something that I did when I was first practicing this. It's going to feel weird. Kneecaps onto triceps feels odd. It's painful for a lot of people, and over time your body gets used to it, but it's not somewhere we normally take pressure, so you might bruise. Be careful with this, and if it's super uncomfy, you can go, instead of kneecaps onto triceps, you can bring the arms slightly inside onto the fleshier part, the inside edge of the knee instead. That can feel better for some people. I find it harder, but that's because I've only ever learned one way. And now I've realized there's many ways of doing it. So work with what works for you. Come back. And when you're ready, if you are there, you might be able to shoot back to your vinyasa. If not, try and just hop back. If you're working on that shoot back, it literally is that, a shoot. You bend the elbows as you shoot, and then you find your opening. Meet in our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath, breathe in, and out. Inhale, we're going to cross the right foot to the left wrist, left foot to the right wrist, and sit down in a cross-legged position. Take a moment, don't mind me, I'm just wiping away an ant. Find your cross leg, that easy seat we started the practice in once again. Take a moment to notice how you feel. That was a lot in the body, the full body. There was loads of peak poses in that. I made it very difficult. I found it challenging and I was teaching it. So be really proud of yourselves if you've come with me this far. If you've done most or even tried some of it, you should feel proud. Breathe in and out. One more in and out. We're going to come to lie down. Feel free to come to whatever comfortable lying down position feels good to you. It might be a traditional shavasana. Legs are out long, maybe heels turned in, toes turned out, and hands will be down by your sides. You're lying fully on your back and you let everything sink in. Make sure you spread your shoulder blades. Settle yourself into the mat in a way that feels good for you. When you're there, settle yourself into your breath once more. Take a moment to notice, can you feel your pulse? Are you feeling warm? What's your breath like? How fast are you breathing? Can you start to slow that breath back down? Breathing in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. When you're lying down on your back, this is kind of a yogi's choice of whatever pose feels good to you. It might be a supine twist, turning your knees over to one side of your mat. Your head moves the opposite direction. Maybe your hands are in a capital T or a cactus shape. Lets yourself ground down and allows your back to maybe unravel a little. If you're taking your supine twist, do 4 breaths on each side. You could also take waterfall, which is lying on your back and your feet simply go up to the sky. Stack on top of your hips, your knees can be slightly bent. It's a really lovely pose. And if you have a wall next to you or near to you, move your bottom really close up against the wall and have your legs up the wall. It can feel so nice and really releasing for you. You can also take shoulder stand or another inversion if you were working with one. Feel free to take the choice of pose now. Wherever you are, be there for at least 4 breaths. Slow the heartbeat down, breathing in and out. Two more breaths wherever you are. Notice your pulse has slowed. Your breathing has evened and you've calmed down slightly. Your temperature might have dropped. Feel free to reach for a jumper, socks, or a blanket if you want one. And let yourself really ground down here. Keeping your eyes closed. If you're listening to any music alongside this video, put on something really relaxing, melodic or a lullaby, anything that feels really nice to finish a class on. Nothing too upbeat. Just let everything calm. Then close your eyes down. Sink yourself back down into the mat and enjoy the next few minutes of peace and quiet. You might work through a self-guided body scan, working on each point in the body and really trying to relax each part of your body down. You might just sit and lie in some silent meditation. You could work with any sort of visualization that feels good for you. But just enjoy having 3 to 5 minutes of complete calm, letting whatever has just washed over you, the energy and the emotions of this class, wash over you, that positivity. You did something that nourishes your body, your mind, and your soul. You should be really proud of yourself. And when you're ready, you can come back to the room and your surroundings and continue with your day. I look forward to seeing you all on the mat again soon. Namaste.